Mr. Jordan. How are you doing today? My name is Henry, and today I'm going to be doing my informative speech on my favorite artist. Now, to me, this was a no-brainer. I picked Leo Messi. I know he's not a conventional artist, but soccer is the most graceful, beautiful sport to play, and no one in the history of the world has done it better for longer than Lionel Messi. Watching him play is truly an art form, as you saw in the clip I used to introduce the speech. Moving on, so before I get into the career and impact of Lionel Messi, I want to get touch a little bit on his upbringing. Um, Messi has two parents. Obviously, his father was a steel plant worker at a local steel plant in Argentina, and his mother was a part-time cleaner. So he came from very humble backgrounds. The only reason he started playing is because he had two older brothers who would play, and he would tag along and go play with them and his cousins. And even though they were much bigger, he would go play every day, and that's where his love of the game started. His own grandmother was the real reason he started playing professional. When he was a young boy, she dubbed him the future greatest of all time. I don't know how she knew it, but she did. She convinced his parents to buy him his first pair of cleats, which are really expensive and a huge sacrifice back then at that time. And she also inscribed him to the local organized club and got him to start playing professionally, at least amateur wise. Um, it was discovered Lionel Messi had a growth issue. He wasn't generating hormones, the growth hormones he needed to be at the size he needed to be at. This caused a little bit of a problem as local clubs wanted him to play for them but weren't willing to pay his medical expenses to get him to the size he needs to be. This was all solved when Barcelona came and scouted him, saw how amazing he was despite his size, and offered to pay his medical bills if he passed the trials, which of course he did. And the rest is history. At the age of 13, Lionel Messi moved to Barcelona and started his career, and now he's the greatest player of all time and has won pretty much everything there is to win. So that's just a little bit about his upbringing. You can see why I look up to the guy. Um, let's see. Messi is 33 years old. He was born in June 24, 1987, in Rosario, Argentina. Okay. To this day, he's still heavily involved with his family. He has his brothers and mom and dad manage his career and his endorsements and everything that has to do with it. So Messi's always been a family guy. Okay. Um, his career. Well, Messi started playing soccer for Argentina in the local teams when his grandma signed him up. Once Barcelona came and scooped him up at the age of 13, he flew to Spain and left behind his family, his friends, everything he ever loved and cared about to a Spain to a Spanish country, Spain, a country he's never been before. He doesn't know the culture. He doesn't know anyone there. And he took that risk anyways at the age of 13, which I think is really commendable. It's a huge step to take, and not many kids will go ahead and do that. Either way, he got to Barcelona in 2000. In 2005, he made his first team debut with Ronaldinho, another really well-known player. He scored his first goal for the first team, for the professional Barcelona team, and ever since then, 700 goals later and 15 years later, we're here still, and he's still doing it every weekend. It's amazing. Let's see. He won his first European Champions Trophy in 2006, then again in 2009, and a third time in 2011. '06 being against Arsenal, '09 and 11 against Manchester United, and he won his fourth in 2015 against Juventus, an Italian team. So Messi has conquered Spain and abroad. He's conquered the best in the world four times. Says a lot about the guy. Let's see. He became Barca's leading scorer in March of 2014 at 26 years old. He already had 370 goals for the club, um, the most ever, which is a pretty crazy thing to be the leading scorer for such a historic club with so many great players, all-time greats, and he beat them all. I mean, that's at 24, that tells you what type of guy this is. Let's see. He also has six Ballon d'Ors. A Ballon d'Or, for those of you who don't know, is the award given to the best soccer player in the entire world at the end of the year. He has six of them. No player has more than four, besides Ronaldo. He also has six Golden Boots. Golden Boots are the award given to the player with the most goals in all of Europe's top leagues. At the end of the year, Messi also has six, a record. So this guy breaks records left and right. In the year 2012, he also scored 91 calendar goals and within a calendar year, which is the most ever from any player. This guy breaks records in his sleep. As far as impact goes, Lionel Messi has a huge impact. I talked a little bit about his career, what he's been able to accomplish wearing a Barcelona shirt on the pitch, and although it's magnificent, it's great, he himself has said it's just a game, and he wants to go further than that. He comes from humble upbringings himself, so he knows what it's like to struggle. This led him to becoming a UNICEF ambassador in 2010, and in 2007, before that actually, he made his own foundation, the Lionel Messi Foundation. And with this, he aimed to provide opportunities and help to less fortunate kids across the world because he knew they all looked up to him. And he knew he had the platform to do it, and so he did. He didn't think twice about it. And for that reason, is one of the reasons I consider Lionel Messi the greatest player of anything. Not only that, he's always been a very loving father, a very good husband, always showing off his family and his dogs and his wife, on his social medias, and that says a lot about the man because, you know, he makes $30 million a year. He's got everything in the world he could ever ask for, and to this day, all he ever shows off is his family, and that says a lot about, Lionel Messi as a person. It shows you how humble he is and what really matters to him. Um, Speaking of being humble, Lionel Messi is probably the most humble player in the game, despite being the greatest. Has never called himself the greatest of all time, despite being showered in praise from all his colleagues. Um, there was reports that his teammates at first thought he was mute because he would never speak. He would just show up on the pitch and destroy everybody, and that's the type of cool confidence I think we all want. um, let's see. Messi really is a transcendent generational player, not just on the pitch, but his legacy, his impact, all the kids looking up to him, everybody who's inspired by Lionel Messi, which is a lot more people than just me. Um, they take what he's done and apply it to their own lives. Messi has beat all the odds to get to where he is, and not just that, in his play style, he shows how you're supposed to handle life. Messi's 5'7", 150 pounds, soaking wet, playing professional soccer, and he has 4 or 5 dudes tugging at him, pushing him, trying to get him down, and he never goes down. And he scores anyways, and he gets by them anyways, because of simple hard work, skill, dedication, and just, not wanting to give up, not wanting to go down. And watching him play like that really speaks volumes to me about how I should carry about certain things in my life. And I think I'm not the only one. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Yeah, his play style embodies perseverance, dedication, hard work, never counting yourself out, and showing that if you're true to yourself and you work hard every day, no one could take away your dreams from becoming a reality. So that to me is the reason why I think Messi is the greatest. He's an inspiration. He serves as an inspiration. He tries his best to help. Although he does have his missteps, Messi is criticized for his poor performances in the Argentina team. Although he did win a gold medal back in 2008, he hasn't won a World Cup, which is what Diego Maradona did, his older, I guess, counterpart, which is why some Argentinians have a little bit of a problem with Messi. Besides that, he was sentenced in 2016 for tax evasion with him and his dad. They were ordered to pay a combined $3.5 million back to the Spanish government. These two things are a little bit of a stain on Messi's career, but overall, he's human just like anyone else, and it shows you that he bounced back even harder after all these things happened. So, he keeps on trying with Argentina. He's giving it his all, and as far as the tax evasion goes, I think he made up for it tenfold with all the great help he's doing for underprivileged kids around the world. So let's see. Um, yeah, Messi's a record breaker. Most Golden Boots, most Ballon d'Ors. Just a great guy. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much why I chose Lionel Messi. I think he's an inspiration on and off the pitch. I think his upbringing is amazing. His story, how he came up, just shows you that talent will never be overlooked if you work hard enough and you really believe and you don't give up on yourself, they will find you and you will have your chance. And Messi had it and he took it, and he's showing all of us what he's doing today. It was actually his 33rd birthday a few days ago, and he's one goal away from scoring 700 in his career. So, with that being said, that's why I chose Messi. I think he's a great role model. He's a great person. He's a great player. More importantly, he's a great figure. He's a great father figure, role model, and example on how to carry yourself and on how to handle life. So that's me. That was my speech. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about Messi and his upbringing and life and career and achievements. Um, and yeah, Leo Messi's the GOAT.